Preparing the boat. Before going out to sea, fishermen must carefully check their wooden boat. Make sure it is not damaged, leaky, and has all the necessary items such as ropes, fish tanks, and repair tools. Fishing nets. Fishermen choose the right type of net for each type of seafood, fish, shrimp, and check the durability of the net. The net is rolled up neatly to be ready for use when needed. Time to go out to sea. Fishermen usually go out to sea early in the morning or at night to avoid the heat and ensure that the seafood will be fresh when brought to shore. Choosing a location. Fishermen rely on experience to choose sea areas with lots of fish and shrimp. They often monitor the current, water temperature, or special signs on the sea to determine the fishing location. Casting the net. When reaching the desired area, fishermen will start casting the net. One end of the net is kept on the boat, while the other end will be dropped into the water and spread out to surround the area with fish and shrimp tourism development. In some coastal areas, fishing is also an indispensable part of tourism development. Tourists can experience fishing with fishermen, or enjoy fresh seafood dishes right on the shore. Maintaining traditional culture. Fishing with primitive wooden boats is an important part of maritime culture, closely associated with the customs, practices and festivals of coastal people. It is not only a job, but also a cultural heritage passed down from generation to generation. The process of catching seafood by fishermen on primitive wooden boats. From preparation, going to sea, harvesting to preservation and processing after returning to shore, clearly shows the attachment of people to the sea and nature, along with the challenges and constant efforts in daily life. Fishing not only brings economic benefits but also impacts the environment. These impacts can be both positive and negative. Overfishing. When fishermen do not practice sustainable practices, fishing can lead to the depletion of marine resources. This not only affects the livelihoods of fishermen but also reduces biodiversity in marine ecosystems. Pollution. The use of plastics in catching and preserving seafood can pollute the marine environment. Plastic waste can harm wildlife and pollute seawater. Habitat impacts. Unsustainable fishing methods, such as large-scale nets, can damage marine habitats, leading to the loss of important habitats such as coral reefs and breeding grounds. Positive impacts. Conservation and restoration. Many fishermen are becoming increasingly aware of the importance of conserving marine resources. They can participate in conservation programs, help restore and protect marine ecosystems, and support the development of seafood. Ecotourism. Some fishing communities have turned to ecotourism, creating tours that combine fishing activities. This not only helps protect the environment but also creates a sustainable source of income for the people. To cope with current challenges, many fishermen and coastal communities are looking for new ways to develop sustainably. Using technology, some fishermen are adopting new technologies, such as sensors and mobile apps, to monitor environmental conditions, thereby determining when and where to fish more effectively. Encouraging sustainable fishing. NGOs and governments are working to encourage fishermen to adopt sustainable fishing methods, such as fishing seasonally, reducing plastic use, and complying with fishing regulations. Cooperative organization. Fishermen can organize into cooperatives to share resources, knowledge and technology. This helps to improve production efficiency, while creating a strong community that supports each other in developing sustainable fisheries. Conclusion. The process of catching fish and shrimp by fishermen on primitive wooden boats is not only a profession but also a part of the culture and heritage of many coastal communities. Despite facing many challenges, from nature to economy, fishermen still strive to maintain the traditional profession. The conservation and sustainable development of seafood fishing is necessary not only to protect the environment but also to ensure a source of livelihood for future generations. Cooperation, innovation and environmental awareness are key to the development of fishermen and coastal communities, ensuring that marine resources will be exploited sustainably for future generations. If you would like to learn more about a specific aspect or need more detailed information about a process, let me know. To ensure sustainable development in the fishing industry, many fishing communities have implemented educational and practical activities to raise awareness and improve their skills. Training programs, NGOs, government agencies, and environmental experts organize training programs for fishermen on sustainable fishing methods, environmental protection, and resource management techniques. Workshops and competitions, workshops to share experiences and effective and sustainable fishing techniques are held regularly. Many communities also organize competitions, encouraging fishermen to be creative in finding methods to protect the environment. Ocean cleaning, many fishermen participate in activities to clean up waste on the sea, contributing to reducing pollution and protecting the habitat for marine species. Coral reef protection, some communities have organized coral reef conservation programs where fishermen participate in replanting coral and protecting fish and shrimp spawning areas. Adjusting the net, during the netting process, fishermen must adjust the speed and direction of the boat to ensure that the net expands properly and covers the water area with a lot of fish. Pulling the net. After dropping the net for a long enough time, fishermen will start pulling the net up. The process of pulling the net requires dexterity and strength, often with the participation of many fishermen on the boat. Checking the net. While pulling the net, they will check to see if the fish and shrimp are caught in the net. Damaged parts of the net will be repaired right on the boat if necessary. Harvesting. Once the net is pulled up onto the boat, fishermen will harvest the fish and shrimp by pouring them into large barrels. Large or valuable fish will be selected separately. Preservation. After harvesting, the fish and shrimp will be stored in barrels with seawater or ice to keep them fresh before being brought ashore for sale. Returning to shore. After finishing fishing, fishermen will drive the boat back to shore. They usually sell seafood immediately after reaching shore or transfer them to markets for consumption. This process requires the skills, experience and hard work of fishermen, demonstrating the dependence on nature but also demonstrating human ingenuity in exploiting marine resources. Once fishermen have brought their boats to shore, their work does not stop there. A series of subsequent activities take place to ensure that seafood reaches consumers quickly and with the best quality. Unloading. After reaching shore, fish and shrimp will be transferred from the boat to shore, often using large containers for ease of movement. Fishermen and hired workers often have to unload quickly to ensure that the seafood does not lose quality due to outside temperature. Classification. Seafood will be classified immediately after unloading. Large fish, large shrimp, or rare seafood will be classified separately to sell at high prices. Smaller or less valuable fish and shrimp are sold by weight or to traders at a lower price. Direct sales. In some coastal areas, fishermen may sell fish and shrimp directly at the fish market near the shore, where restaurants, traders and consumers come directly to buy. In other areas, fishermen may deliver seafood to large traders, who will distribute them to large markets or restaurants in the city. After each trip, fishermen often spend time checking and maintaining their boats and equipment. Net repair. Fishermen patch up small tears or damage to the net immediately to avoid affecting the next trip. If the net is seriously damaged, they may have to buy a new net. Boat maintenance. Wooden boats often need regular maintenance. Fishermen will check the wood for termites, cracks or weak spots. If necessary, they will replace or reinforce these parts. Preparing for the next trip. After maintenance is completed, fishermen begin to prepare for the next trip. They will check fuel, food, fresh water and necessary equipment. Fishing with primitive wooden boats not only requires labor but also has many risks. Adverse weather. Unexpected changes in weather, such as storms, strong winds or large waves, can threaten the lives of fishermen and damage the boat. Depletion of seafood resources. The sea is not always abundant in fish and shrimp. There are times when fishermen have to go out to sea for many days without catching any results, due to changes in the current, or because of depletion of seafood resources due to overfishing. Competition. Fishing is becoming more and more difficult due to the increase in the number of fishermen. Modern equipment such as motorboats increases competition with fishermen. Using traditional wooden boats. Fishing is not only a source of livelihood for each household but also a major contributor to the local economy. Food supply. Seafood from fishermen is a nutritious food source for the community. Especially in coastal areas, government support policies. Governments also play an important role in supporting sustainable fishing. Regulations and laws. Governments can issue regulations on catch limits, seasons and minimum sizes of seafood to protect marine resources. Financial support. Loans and financial support can be provided to fishermen so that they can invest in more modern technology and improve working conditions. Encourage research. Invest in scientific research to monitor the health of marine resources and make appropriate recommendations to maintain ecosystem balance. To increase the value of products and create stable income for fishermen. Connecting with consumer markets is important. Brand development. Fishing communities can develop brands for their seafood products, emphasizing freshness and quality, while promoting the sustainable value of these products. Distribution network. Establishing an effective distribution network to get seafood products to consumers quickly and with guaranteed quality. Linking with restaurants. Large markets and local food stores can help increase product consumption. Although there have been many efforts to protect and develop sustainable seafood fishing, there are still many challenges that need to be overcome. Climate change. Climate change can affect sea temperature, salinity, and marine ecosystems, leading to changes in seafood distribution and quantity. Global competition, the seafood industry is facing competition from imported products and more modern fishing methods. This can affect prices and the ability of local fishermen to consume their products. Community awareness. There is a need to raise community awareness about the importance of conserving marine resources. Some fishermen are still not fully aware of environmental protection measures and sustainable fishing methods. Traditional fishing is not only a source of livelihood for many coastal communities but also an important part of their culture and heritage. Sustainable development in this industry depends not only on the efforts of individual fishermen but also on support from the community, government and social organizations. To ensure that marine resources are maintained for future generations, it is necessary to promote environmental protection awareness. Apply modern technology and develop sustainable fishing methods. Through their efforts, fishermen can create a positive model, contributing not only to economic development but also to the protection of the marine environment. To improve the efficiency and sustainability of fisheries, many communities and organizations have adopted different development models. Here are some typical models. Cooperatives. Fishermen can form cooperatives to share resources, experience and reduce risks during fishing. Cooperatives help fishermen negotiate better prices with traders and reduce operating costs. Sharing knowledge. Cooperatives also organize training sessions on sustainable fishing techniques, helping members improve their skills and environmental awareness. Combining fishing and tourism. Some fishermen have developed a community tourism model, where tourists can participate in fishing activities, experience the daily life of fishermen and enjoy local dishes. Cultural preservation. This model not only creates additional income for fishermen but also helps preserve the culture and traditions of the community. Attracting tourists to learn about coastal life. Licensing and management. Fishing licenses are based on clear regulations on the size and type of fish allowed to be caught. To prevent overfishing. Certification programs, such as the Marine Stewardship Council, MSC, encourage fishermen to adopt sustainable practices. Certified seafood products are more easily accessible to markets and command higher prices. Technology is playing an increasingly important role in the fishing industry, bringing many benefits but also posing many challenges. Positioning devices, using GPS and sonar helps fishermen locate schools of fish, thereby optimizing the fishing process and minimizing time spent at sea. Modern boats and fishing gear. Many fishermen have switched to more modern wooden boats or motorboats, which increase efficiency and safety during fishing. Tracking apps. Mobile apps help fishermen monitor weather conditions, currents, and seafood levels in the area. This helps them make better decisions when setting sail. E-commerce. Many fishermen have started selling their products through e-commerce platforms, which helps them reach a wider market and reduce intermediary costs. Social organizations. Governments and communities can support the fishing industry in many ways. Project funding. Governments and NGOs can provide financial resources for research, conservation and sustainable fisheries development projects. Technical assistance. Technical assistance programs help fishermen improve their skills and knowledge, thereby improving their fishing and product preservation processes. Forums and workshops. Organize forums where fishermen, authorities and experts can meet, exchange experiences and discuss issues related to the fishing industry. Networking. Create networks among fishermen so that they can support each other in developing sustainable fisheries and protecting the environment. The fishing industry and primitive wooden boats will continue to face many challenges in the future. But there will also be many opportunities for sustainable development. Sustainable development orientation.